love it how the media spins this. Johnny Depp suffers big loss in a $100 million defamation battle with Amber Heard as trial looms. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's really not. You mean, is it a big loss? We kind of already knew that this was happening. We already knew that this was going to be granted to go forward. And honestly, if it hadn't been, then it would have set a bad precedent that Johnny could also not go forward according to these anti-SLAPP laws. So really, we're just seeing companies like Deadline specifically frame this as Johnny suffering this massive, overwhelming, unbelievable, undeniably bad loss. When really it's just like, thank you, common sense. Can I have another? Now, this is making its rounds, so I wanted to make sure I talked about it. But right now we are seeing it reported that Amber's defamation, her personal defamation suit that she counterclaimed after Johnny's original claim, is now going forward. Again, thank you, Captain Obvious. But with this being said, I don't think in this situation we're going to see near as much success on Amber's side. You have to remember this is a jury trial. This is not the overlord of the judge in the UK putting his ruling, his one-sided ruling, and basically giving a massive soapbox about Amber and how she's not selfish. What a gold digger. Donate her money to the ACLU. No, they probably wouldn't. And neither did Amber, right? So this is going to be more than one person ruling. But let's actually take a look at the article because it is rather defamatory in Johnny's side. But again, use actual logic and we can see that this isn't a big deal. In a short-ish hearing, Virginia Judge Penny Ascarte ruled against Depp's summary judgment motion and said the Aquaman star can, in fact, utilize the state's anti-SLAPP statute in the matter. Right, and we had this with Johnny before, and he got the exact same ruling. While today's outcome doesn't grant Heard immunity for what she wrote in the 2018 Washington Post op-ed that kicked off this brawl between former spouses of the Rum Diary co-stars, it means that her attorney can argue Heard is deserving of such immunity in front of the jury, and that undercuts a large swatch of Depp's legal strategy going into the trial that is scheduled to start April 11th. I mean, it says it undercuts a lot of his his legal strategy. Again, does it though? Does it really? Let me know in the comments down below if you think this is going to have any bearing or if you're kind of in the same boat I am, or I'm just like, duh. And while you're down there, you should totally hit the subscribe button. We can become best friends. Hit like. I really appreciate it. Now, let's talk about that trial. April 11th is coming up very soon. I want to remind you guys that it will be live streamed right here. We will be watching it on a daily basis. It is expected to go right around 2 weeks. So this is going to be interesting, but I am glad we are going to be able to have actual eyes on it. Now, last time, if you remember, Nick Wallace did a great job of basically live tweeting the entirety of it, but it also was all up to his discretion what he shared. He did a great job. I'm not saying that, but I am going to love, and I mean love, to actually have that one camera in there and be able to be that fly on the wall and know what's going on. And plus, the discussion around it should be quite amusing. Part of the irony is that today's ruling not only empowers Heard's defense and her countersuit claiming defamation from Depp and his representatives, but that the litigation Depp sued Heard and the Jeff Bezos-owned Post in Virginia because of the state's relatively light-handed anti-SLAPP law, in no small part because of the $50 million suit Depp launched in March 2019. The state strengthened the law. Now, Virginia's anti-SLAPP measures ensures immunity from civil liabilities for statements about matters of public concern. That would be protected under the First Amendment. Again, we're going with this where they try to frame this as a really smart argument, but it's like, yeah, again, I feel like I'm saying this way too often. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Those things are protected under your First Amendment rights. Now, if you don't know what SLAP means when it comes to the anti-SLAP laws that we're talking about, it is just an acronym for Strategic Lawsuit Against Public Participation. A lot of times these anti-SLAP laws are used because corporations will try to shut up people, but if it is a matter of public concern, they cannot do so. So it is a way that corporations used to use to censor, and now it's become a point where they are looking at it as more of a free speech issue and not a public censorship issue, which is really good for the typical consumer in this situation. Now, it also goes on to say, unlike a past attempt by Depp to slip out of Heard's 2020 countersuit, as Carte on Thursday said that Heard's post piece about domestic violence does rise to the level of an issue of public concern. That is vital for the actress as it reframes the legal dispute. So I am curious to see. I would say that is the most significant part of what we learned today, that it rises to the level of an issue of public concern, meaning it cannot be quieted. In that anti-SLAP law issue, you cannot necessarily censor or try to get rid of something that is a public concern. So I am curious to see what they're going to do with that. But as far as the rest, this is not an issue. I don't see it as an issue at all. Again, going back to that idea that we are going to be getting a jury trial. That is so important in this case because we know public perception differs greatly when it comes to political biases or what media you go to. And that's why I think it's so important to get the word out about what is going on and what people are subjected to right now, so you can have a basic understanding of what's going on in this trial. But anyways, let me know, of course, what you guys think about this totally amazing win on Amber's side that isn't totally amazing. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.